me, and that's the reason I reckon I can't teach you, Ken. I don't know how it was. It's just...
She just
and
don't know.
And I don't know how she showed me. I can't even tell you.
But you tell about it and the organ, and you know how the organ, who got it and why and all that.
Let's see, who did get our organ?
No, I mean how you come to get it to start with.
Oh, my daddy bought the organ.
How much did you pay for it?
Oh, I can't remember.
Was it a lot?
Quite a bit back then, I imagine. And them old bases set on one on one side.
He used to have his liniment sitting up there sometimes.
On the mantle, he would.
That's something you can tell about too.
Yeah.
Grandpa's liniment.
Oh, yeah. He had
and also, didn't he keep a bottle of whiskey all the time?
Camper. He always kept some whiskey out there close to the dairy, close to the old smokehouse, and he'd get it and make us a toddy sometimes. He called it a toddy. So whatever, a call, so we couldn't run to the doctor every time.
So he kept it buried?
Doctors to go to.
He kept it buried?
Yeah, some in the smokehouse somewhere out there. I don't know where it was. He never would let us know where it was. But he'd get out there and get a little and fix it somewhere or another. And boy, he'd stop a call. They had to rely on old-time remedies. My daddy sure knows how to go to the woods and get bark.
Really?
Yeah, off of trees and things.
Well, you remember that liniment he used to make?
Yeah, but I don't know how he made it.
I've never seen any like it after it or since. Did you ever remember that? It was white.
Yeah.
What did he make?
I've had him put it on me for sores.
What did it stink?
Ooh, it had a pungent odor.
Yeah, that camper's what made it have such a pungent.
But it had its own unique smell.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It was
like alcohol, like Bengay.
I can eat
well. Remember that carbolic sand?
That's all they had to put on us. In micro, all the back of one of my legs was full of items. It was a blood deficiency somewhere, and I don't know what it was. But I remember, my mama put something on them. And
when you studied from school, you had to study by lamp, no?
We had the old lamps. I never did have to study with a firelight. I always had a lamp. And when I got on up in high school, we had the Aladdin lamps. They were just like electric lights. We had one that hung from the ceiling, and we also had one that sit like that fan there. And they had what was called mantles. They were just hideous little things, and you had to keep them...
It's kind of like a Coleman lantern nowadays.
Yeah, you had to keep them trimmed and fixed.
Yeah.
But they were just like electricity. They were bright.
You ever used a Coleman lantern? They're just like those mantles they put on.
Where do you used to do your studying? In the bedroom floor, or the kitchen table, or in front of the fire?
Yeah, all the places wherever there was a fire.
And didn't you say Betsy would always help you with your arithmetic?
Oh, she worked my arithmetic till I was in the 5th and 6th grade. If the teacher hadn't talked to my daddy and got me started, I never would have known no arithmetic. Because my daddy thought Betsy was teaching me. And she'd just sit down and do it for me. That was doing me a terrible injustice. And Celeste Foster, one of my teachers, just come down and she says, Uncle Bud says Bessie's working Ethel's arithmetic. But Ethel ain't learning a thing on earth. Says you're gonna have to do something about it.
Well, your name, what was your name? Ethel or
Etheline.
How do you spell that?
Ethln is what they named me. Etheline. And I'm so sorry now I took that off.
It wasn't E-T-H-E-L?
E-T-H-E-L-E-N. Etheline. I wish I'd have kept that on. I thought it was silly back then.
Well, put it on now.
Now I love it. Etheline.
Etheline.
Kane always tried to get me to, say.
Oh, like Etheline.
Etheline.
That's the way you pronounce it, Etheline.
Etheline, you could. But it weren't not Lynn, though. It was
Was you a planned baby, or was you just one that come along?
I don't know about that. I just don't know.
Was you a daddy's girl or a mama's girl?
Both. I love my mom.
Did you like the inside or the outside?
I love both. I love to work on the inside and the outside. I sure did.
Neither one particular above the other.
Nope. I'd just rather get out and weed my flower bed, and back then I'd help Daddy in the garden, sold the garden.
You had a lot of fruit too around the yard. You had to keep picking.
There's article here somewhere about Carrie, and I saw that picture the other day somewhere about, said the Smiths had grown 33 days.
I'm talking about when you were a kid in Grandpa Bolin's yard.
Oh my goodness, my daddy
had all
had
kinds of
fruit and
fruit.
nuts of every description.
You have pomegranates.
Pomegranates, there was a sweet
I
and a
was-
sour
I
pomegranate.
And he even had a tree of them little things that were bitter.
Kumquats.
I didn't like them.
I've always liked
I
them
didn't
around
like
Christmas.
them. Ooh,
Did they have little seeds that come out?
I
Yeah.
don't know, but they were
And you had a big
They-
patch of oleanders down there.
Yeah, they were
Different
flowers.
colors. And they're poison too.
Oh, they say they're deadly flowers, a lot of flowers.
Well, did you ever have any injuries when you were a kid?
No, not that I can remember. No bad injuries. I never have had a broken bone.
Did you ever visit with Aunt Cole?
Oh, I can show you something right here that's grown to the bone. You can really see it since I've lost weight.
You want me to zero in on it?
You can if you want to.
Well,
You can see the scar. You could probably hit the scar.
that's as much as
I
I...
see it right here. See how it sinks in?
What happened?
Yeah, I see where
I
it's
had what they
sinking.
called, it was some type of blood poisoning. Back then they called it erysipelas or something like that. And I remember that, now let's see, Birdie's married before I was, I'll have to think about that. But anyway, my brother Bishop would carry weeks in the blood.
Just swelled up and everything.
Yeah, and then it would run.
Your Lady Lynn's one time or something?
Yeah, that was the year I finished high school. But anyway, they'd have to and then I had a rise, and oh, that's a big scar right there above them, where I had the tooth. Looks like where a snake bit you. It just indents right there. You can find scars all over my legs where I had rise.
Did you ever have anything like a tricycle or anything to ride when you were a kid?
How about dolls and stuff?
Yeah, I had to play sort of with second-hand dolls. But I had a pretty doll, you know, that with my sister Cora in the boot there. That was a right pretty doll. That was a China doll. Oh, and my sister Cora besides a music teacher, she was a photographer.
Really?